the NRL have won the battle. They've secured the Dacia World Club Series, but they've not yet won the war. Can the Leeds Rhinos, against all the odds, halt the Australian run of success and pick up the biggest prize of all? Stand by for a mighty World Club challenge against North Queensland Cowboys. Such a shame, though, that after just 2 Super League games, the team that won the treble is so decimated coming into the game that Brian McDermott, the coach, isn't looking for excuses. It would be one of the greatest triumphs if they were to win this. Ash Handley only turned 20 on Tuesday. He's in for the injured Tom Briscoe. An untried halfback combination sees 21-year-old Liam Sutcliffe partnering teenage scrum half Jordan Lilly. In Danny Maguire's absence, Rob Burrow captains the side, and he's played in every one of these World Club games Leeds have ever figured in. Brett Ferris hopes to add to his win in 2006 with Bradford. And the man who's clinched the grand final against Wigan last October will come off the bench again. That's Josh Walters. Now, the Cowboys. No doubt, Jonathan Thurston is the star of the show. The best player in the world. But Kyle Felt wrote his name into the history books last year. It was his try in the last play of the grand final that took the Cowboys to golden point extra time. They have a formidable pack too. Matt Scott is the co-captain with Thurston, was named in the World 13 for the first time last year. James Tamalolo is the New Zealand international who didn't come on the Kiwi Tour of England last autumn, and boy how they missed him. And on the bench, Ben Hannant played in the 2007 defeat against St Helens at Bolton for the Brisbane Broncos. There he is, Jonathan Thurston. All eyes on him for Dally M's as the player of the year. A third golden boot, the world's best. But the Rhinos, they have won the toss. It means the Cowboys will kick off into a gale. And the Rhinos running with the wind at their backs in this first half. I wonder whether that would be a crucial decision by Rob Burrow.
Yeah, I think it might be, but the one other thing that the Rhinos have not got to do is to concentrate on that one man, Jonathan Thurston. Because the other third of the halfback combination, Michael Morgan, is very, very talented indeed. And if you put more than 1 or 2 players onto Thurston, you'll see that Morgan will take charge.
Kyle Felt with a kick-off, and the first drive forward by Adam Cuthbertson, and the trademark offload. Here now is Keith Galloway for the Rhinos. A big start is vital for Leeds tonight. If they score first, if they score second, Jonathan Thurston hunting the mistake there, but Callum Watkins dropped onto the ball gratefully. If they score first and get their noses in front, and then they manage to run in another try and kick another goal, a 12-point lead, you never know.
And the crowd will play a significant part of this tonight as well, because a lot of these Australian players, they would not have ever experienced something like with the crowd so close to the playing area. Oh, that's a great kick.
It is, and it's caught the wind. It has caught the wind. And Lachlan Coote is right underneath that, the fullback. But a great chase from Leeds because of the hang time on the kick.
Yeah, Eddie, totally agree with you there. This is where Leeds need to play the game. If they play the game close to Queensland's line, they take away Jonathan Thurston. Jonathan Thurston is that quality player that everyone's here tonight to see. I've never heard the South Stand, Eddie, go up for a team like they've gone up for Queensland tonight. As soon as they came out, round of applause, the very special side here.
Well, it's a very special weekend, and I must take my hat off to the supporters of both St Helens and Wigan, because the visitors, the Roosters and the Brisbane Broncos, they produced some sensational stuff, and the crowd were on their feet and they were applauding them every time they scored some eye-catching tries.
Well, yeah, but we're in danger here and paid too much respect. That sometimes happens in sport. You said that the crowd here have applauded the visitors. I don't think that's going to help Leeds tonight. And Leeds have got to remember here, they're playing against human beings. Jonathan Thurston is a great player, but he misses tackles, and some of these players need to know that when they want to run the ball at him. Don't have too much respect for them, they've got no chance of winning.
You're right, Phil, in regards that even the biggest stars, and this will help the Rhinos.
Even though just too late in getting off the grounded player.
What I was saying is that even the biggest stars that get the best in the game, you know, they can have an off night. Let's hope that Thurston does struggle tonight.
British referee tonight, Richard Silverwood. Last night's Australian official Matt Chipchin is in the video referee's box and watching on. Wonder whether and when he will be called into action. Here is Liam Sutcliffe. Gets the ball away to Brett Ferris.
Well, it's quite clear, Eddie, that Leeds are going to keep this ball alive. It's a good thing to do as well, rather than just not take them on down the middle all the time. But that is a great run.
Yes, in his pre-match interview with Bill, Brian McDermott said no point going set for set with them. We've got to do something special. Wouldn't be revealing what that speciality was, but perhaps this is it as they try and swing this ball around. Here is Ryan Hall. Get it back here to Sutcliffe. Good ball then to Ferris. Ferris over his shoulder into the head of a Cowboys defender. And, well, they have surrendered the possession back.
Eddie, when you say going set for set with teams, it's not about 5 drives in a kick. You can still go set for set by throwing the ball around, but you've got to make sure that you complete. And if you don't complete, it's where you make those mistakes. If you make them near your own line, that's when you can be punished. Make them down near the opposition's line, that's when you hurt them.
That's got with the drive to the 40-metre line.
We saw a glimpse there of Brian McDermott, the Leeds coach, and I think he would have wanted to be right down there. They should have put a rubber kick into the in-goal area, just to put a few nerves in the minds of the Cowboys.
He kicked downfield, underneath the boot there. But Ash Handley managed to recover, pick the ball up, and Sutcliffe was the dummy half. Here is Callum Watkins. Try against Widnes last week when the Rhinos lost by 12 points to 56. Ryan Hall, almost up to halfway for the Rhinos. Delaney will cart the ball forward again for them, just over halfway now. Little Rob Burrow at dummy half. That was Singleton, that was Cuthbertson, and here is Hardacre, the man of steel, up against the Delhi M winner, Jonathan Thurston. Helped out there also by Gavin Cooper. Sutcliffe fires the pass, Lilly gets it back to him. Kick, well, that's caught the wind as well, but he finds touch on that near side.
Quick thinking as well there by Sutcliffe. Realised that there was no one at home. Make sure that the kick went over the whitewash.
With this wind at the back, will we expect a 40-20 from Sutcliffe and go?
I'll tell you one thing I wasn't expecting, that in the first 5 minutes they appeared from the naked eye to have thrown far more passes than either Wigan or St Helens have thrown in the first 5 minutes of their games, and I guess that tests the defence of Paul Green for the Cowboys. It's stretched them from the left and the right, and with this win it's been pretty good skill so far from Leeds.
Eddie, and that's because there's no pressure on them, is there? Everyone's expecting them to get beat, so they're just going out there saying, look lads, let's go out there, let's enjoy it, let's make sure we keep turning up to each other, for each other, and let's be accountable.
The Cowboys' grand final winning lineup on show tonight. Oh, that would be the case for Leeds. The 3 key men, Sinfield, Peacock, Luluai are gone. Maguire, Briscoe, Ablett, Ash Golding injured in the mauling at Widnes last week. Jamie Jones Buchanan, Beau Falloon, well, he broke his toe in pre-season training, and Stevie Ward. They're also missing. So it's a huge, huge ask of the Rhinos tonight, but they've started quite brightly in the opening 6 minutes. And here's a knock-on.
That's great defence.
That's a big mistake by Tamalolo.
Fantastic play. Good hit from Ferris. Got him underneath. Couldn't control it. Just touched the ground. Well, a lot of people expected that the Northern Queensland Cowboys would be really, really eager to get off to a flying start. But as you mentioned, Eddie, that they're a little bit sluggish in the opening 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, they boasted the best away record in the NRL last year, though. 9 wins from 12. But they lost the first 3 rounds of 2015. They are traditionally notoriously slow starters to a season. Mind you, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Too true. And it could be said, Eddie, that they slow started in games as well, but they do finish off the games very strongly, so it's important that Leeds get off to a very good start and impose some points.
Burrow with a scampering run. He drops the pass off to the prop forward Keith Galloway. He's yet to win in the Leeds Rhinos colours, Galloway. What a night it would be for him to start and open his account. That ball went to ground untidily. And it is deemed by Richard Silverwood and the touch judge far side to be a knock-on. Burrow looks a little perplexed, Stuart.
I think he's getting the forward pass. It's passed it into the man in front of him. Galloway there. He hit the man at the play of the ball.
Yeah, big mistake. He stood his ground, didn't he, Galloway? And
I thought they looked at the hand, Stuart.
Well, it's probably accidentally offside anyway, so the scrum to the North Queensland Cowboys is the right result.
OK, they will get the head and feet at this scrum, and they will look to work the ball up the other end of the field if they possibly can. Now, I remember on last night and Thursday night, the starts weren't too bad. The Saints and Wigan, they held on to the shirt tails of their respective oppositions, but then things went slightly awry. Tamu here for the Cowboys.
well, it's a huge boost for the home side. There's no 2 ways about that. And that's about the best half-clean break that the Cowboys have put in so far. But you've got to be watchful of this guy.
You have this tremendous dummy half is Jake Granville. Thurston puts the kick in. Knows that he's against the wind. There's a bit of oomph behind that as well. Well tidied up though by Ryan Hall. Does well and gets himself to ground quickly.
Well, you just look at someone like Ryan Hall's there because it was a good chase from Queensland. Well, we talk about it all the time in Super League. One of the strongest outside backs in the game over here.
Grabbed on the back of Richard Silverwood there. Appealing for a penalty for offside against these very quick Cowboys who are coming out of defence.
Well, 9 minutes into the game, and you can see that that's a great kick.
It is over the top of Lachlan Coote. Turning him around, right to
that
the
is a
other end of the
wonderful-
field.
That's how to utilise that strong wind behind you.
That is absolutely brilliant. Because not only does it turn North Queensland around, it's also harder for the forwards to get back behind the ball. Obviously waiting now for some of the outside backs to bring the ball forward to them. But great kick.
It was, and it was Winterstein who brought the ball forward on the first tackle. And the referee has spotted some blood, I think. Yes, he has, on the head of Kyle Linnett. Kane Linnett, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, it needs attention. I mean, it's just the claret's well and truly flowing there. Just caught the boot of Thurston.
Not terribly clement, the weather, I must say. It is, as I say, blowing a gale, and the rain now tumbling down into the faces of the Cowboys. They come from the tropical heat of
Perfect
Australia.
conditions, Eddie.
Well, they're perfect for us, Terry, because we're all wrapped up and you've got your thermals on, but I'm not so sure about the Cowboys. They're not used to this. They're not used to these temperatures. Let's get down to Bill and let's check out those conditions.
Well, Eddie, in fact, ironically, Rob Burrow won the toss. It was blowing a gale. The rain was driving down the pitch as well. And conditions really were filthy. Now that rain has eased off. The wind seems to have died a little bit comparatively. But as you saw from that last kick, there's still a bit of puff in it. And Leeds have got it at their backs. And they need to make the most of it. Because when they're playing into it, it is going to be a different prospect. The rain driving down the pitch again now.
Singleton plays the ball to Burrow. Here comes Brett Delaney.
Well, they're playing the right game, Leeds. The defence has been very solid indeed. But they're not worried about getting the offloads. They're turning in the tackle. And look at that chase. That's excellent.
It is led by the kicker, Jordan Lilly. Substitute against Warrington in round one here 3 weeks ago. Half-back against Widnes last week.
And it's impressive. You said before the kick-off that, Jordan Lilly won't just allow Thurston to take control. He's a talented player, not much experience, but he's doing very well out there.
Justin O'Neill gets to his feet, plays the ball to Granville again. And this is the tall figure of Tamu. And he goes down on halfway.
Interesting to see whether this goes up in the air.
Well, they're running it, and they're running it with Lowe. Granville to Thurston. Again, all along the deck. Difficult for Ash Handley. Very difficult for Ash Handley. Knocked on by Ash Handley.
Why didn't he use his feet to stop the ball?
Steve-O, and some danger signs in the build-up to that kick from Jonathan Thurston. Playing on the front foot, you can see Jonathan Thurston running at the Leeds line, pulling the defenders up, but the mistake from the youngster, well, it just adds some pressure from Leeds Rhinos, but let's see what they can do here. Can they keep that man out?
Well, a week ago, Ash Handley was playing for Featherstone Rovers against Batley in a 14-12 Rovers win. That was just 7 days ago. Here he is in the battle of the World Club Championship.
It's absolutely fantastic that some of the youngsters, for Leeds Rhinos, who never normally get to play in big games in Super League, let alone on the world stage, they'll do them the world of good.
Yeah, but the message will get out to him if it occurs again. The kick through, use your feet, son.
Now, red for danger here. Morgan takes it forward for the Cowboys. Granville scampers in at dummy half and he finds Tamu. And Tamu, such a difficult man to put down. They tracked it 4 Leeds defenders. Granville again. Shake the pass, it's short. Important tackle by Singleton. In goes Matt Scott. Scott to Thurston. Well, they put the ball down courtesy of Gary Cooper.
And that brought about by very strong defence, getting right into the face. There's no way he was going to accept that ball. They were onto him very quickly indeed. Look at that, right into it. Great work by Liam Sutcliffe.
Well, I suppose a team grows in confidence through 2 ways. One by scoring points, the second by defending its line as Leeds have just done in that play. And now taking it forward. The crowd are lifting and Leeds are going to go with this, but continue to play the rugby they did to start the match, stretching the opposition.
Willie gets the ball away to Joel Moon. And they hound Joel Moon to the ground. Justin O'Neill was in there.
Will they kick early?
So too was Michael Morgan. Morgan and Thurston, the engine room of this Cowboys side. And Sutcliffe gets Leeds over halfway, but this is the last tackle. So Lilly again with a kick. Goes the aerial route. Easy enough though for Felt. We'll bring this back.
Yeah, not the best kick. Right down the throat of the winger Felt. But at least the chase has been excellent from the home side.
That's Winterstein who plays the ball to Thurston. And he gets it away to Lynette.
And let's hope the Leeds can keep this up because they haven't missed one tackle as yet.
Let Sam Tompkins know what you're thinking. Ask a few questions of him as well. Sam's watching. in the studio, and he's keeping warm, and I'm sure that this match is warming everybody up, because we're 14 minutes and more into it, and still we await the first point. But here is danger with Scott on the drive forward. They now have reached the last tackle of the Cowboys. Here is Thurston again, turns it back inside, ball goes to Granville's soccer skills, and backwards off the boot. It arrives with Ethan Lowe, and his kick is not the best. Ash Hanley, 20 years of age on Tuesday. Ash Hanley.
Yeah, he took that well.
This will do these Leeds youngsters the power of good. Playing a match like this.
Oh, that's wonderful play.
Here goes Zach Hardacre.
That should have been a penalty. That was a flop.
And the referee agrees. Richard Silverwood. I think he pinged them for the second effort, Stuart.
Well, it was a second effort, but also be aware of him coming in late on the flop. If he gets out of the way quickly, he'll probably get away with it, but he didn't, and quite rightly he was penalised.
Eddie, you talked about the team growing in confidence. I think that Leeds Rhinos and the youngsters have been the best side in the opening 15 minutes. They really are backing themselves. They're earning penalties. They're running hard. They're throwing it around, and here they are in good field position. Great run, Mitch Garbutt.
So this is a chance for Leeds to post the first points, and it's with Brett Delaney. The Cowboys just hanging off for a moment or two, and Delaney gets to within inches of their line. Burrow is scheming, looking left, right, and behind him. Singleton waits. Not a penalty here. Interference on the ground.
Take it back to 10 and tap it. Don't bother about the 2.
That's what they've done. And a chance here for the big man who's driving his way forward to the line. It's Mitch Garbutt. He's held up over the line. They will take it back to that 10-metre mark again, and the tackle count will continue.
Well, he's causing quite a few problems for the Cowboys' defence, is Garbutt.
Lily, Sutcliffe, he takes the return, gets a short ball away then to Callum Watkins, the Cowboys muscle up in defence.
Yeah, great defence as well. They weren't going to be kidded by that little dummy.
Galloway.
This is where they've got to have 2 dummy runners. If they're going out to the left, make sure you confuse the opposition defence.
Very slow off the ground, the Cowboys Granville, and there's a man over the line there for Leeds. It is Singleton, I think. Galloway having a word. They're going back to the 10-metre line again. As it was Brad Singleton. He's last up off the ground. He's hanging onto the ball as well. So back he trudges, 10 metres.
Well, the crowd are getting behind the Leeds outfit.
Sutcliffe
This is
to
good
Moon.
play.
Moon gets it away to Hall. That's tremendous defence by Kyle Felt. It was his try in the last second to level the grand final last year. Another penalty goes Leeds' way. Felt not impressed with Richard Silverwood's interpretation. We're playing international laws today. Doesn't matter though in situations like that. This is Delaney. Down he goes. Tackle number 1. Intense pressure on this Cowboys line. Can the Rhinos pierce this defence? Garbutt will take it forward again.
This is
firm though.
Sorry, Eddie, this is ideal for Rob Burrow to throw one of those low ones, go underneath them.
Gets it away to Moon, who skips away from one. The ball goes untidily to ground, and Delaney did well. Held on to the ball. Burrow. Moon, Hall. Trying to get away. Ball comes back again. It's Garbutt once more.
Great run. Keep going.
And he's doing exactly that. Burrow. Back it comes Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe to Hardacre. Watkins tries to step inside one. Scrambling defence from the Cowboys. Great stuff from them. Great stuff in attack from Leeds. Come down the short side.
He's offside. It's offside.
There it is, who is trapped on the last tackle. That will be the turnover.
Although we'll say here, Eddie, they've had 3 sets of 6. They've challenged Queensland right across the park, from the left to the middle to the right
that
edge.
was high.
Well, this is good defence, but what they can't do, they can't panic now. Just because they've not brought them, keep doing what you're doing, lads.
Well, they're making an impact. A couple of those were pretty high, but Richard Silverwood just ignored it. And they're getting a little bit frustrated of the Cowboys. You can sense that.
Dave Granville tackled in possession. Thurston gets the ball. Ooh, that's a bit high from Galloway on James Tarmu.
Silverwood taps the chest and says that's where the contact was made.
Then Hammond is out there now.
Well, obviously, Paul Green, the Cowboys coach, is quite happy with using the big fellas.
First time Thurston's got aerial route against this wind. Handley picks it up on the bounce underneath his own sticks. Will run this ball back. Ash Handley.
Yeah, and that's good tactics as well by Thurston, in regards to the fact that he knows he's got a strong wind, so therefore, when the ball hits the ground, it'll be spinning back to them. But it was good work.
He's escaping run.
He's nearly away. That's the type of thing that they need.
Sutcliffe. Oh, an untidy ball, but Ferris made the most of it. Just the odd little moment of panic setting in now and again as Leeds trying to release that ball. Sutcliffe does well, though, then finds Watkins. Watkins, good feet, great ball. Here goes Handley. Inside 2, inside 3, inside 4. Gets it away to Lilly. This is Sutcliffe again. Sutcliffe keeps the movement going to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson back to Hardacre. They're moving laterally but not forward at the moment.
Well, Brian McDermott, Leeds coach, said they'll come up with something different. And boy, this is wonderful rugby league. Great opportunity. Oh, good stuff there.
Wow, aren't they playing like the Harlem Globetrotters?
Good defence, though, from Lachlan Coote.
Boy, there's some big hits out there.
Quarter of the match gone, and still we await the first points.
And Leeds then, if they stand a chance of winning this game, in my opinion, have to be the team to score first in this match. I'm not saying it has to be soon, but not only do they have to score the points, they have to stop the opposition from scoring. And it's often teams get overexcited about the attacking part and don't have enough concentration, you know, as they start to tire. Here's a penalty awarded to the Cowboys.
That will help them. Scott Bolton trying to get up and have a quick play of the ball. A bit of interference on the deck from Adam Cuthbertson.
And they did enough. They didn't need to give that penalty where the Leeds line was set.
Cowboys' first penalty, Terry, by the way.
Yeah, Leeds line was set. You don't need to give penalties away like that because you're only trying to buy that bit of time so you can retreat back to the referee, but the line was already there.
And once again, I think that they're quite happy, the Cowboys, to just utilise those big forwards of them. Anytime they get anywhere close to the Leeds line, that's when you'll see the likes of the halfbacks, Morgan and Thurston.
Coote gave the ball there to Bolton. They're in centre field, midway inside the Rhinos' half of the field. Big Ben Hannant will take it forward. 19 appearances as a substitute last year, but he was ever present for them. And this now is Tamu again, taking the ball forward, trying to extricate himself from the tackles that were coming in from Brad Singleton and co. Granville again, Thurston lays a pass off to Morgan, and Morgan's in for the first try. They are so patient, the teams from the NRL. They soak up the pressure. When you think you've got them and they're on the ropes, well, all of a sudden they come flooding forward up the other end. And the players like Thurston and company who are in possession of the football, they've got 3 and 4 options either side, and they choose the right one more often than not. And Michael Morgan goes over for the first try of the World Cup Challenge.
It's this way you see the neat little pass. Oh, that was beautiful. The combination of the halfbacks. It looks as though he's going to throw the dummy, but he just jumps into the line. Leeds player came right out on the angle, and it left that enormous gap. He can't afford to do that.
Steve Rob Burrow got interested from the run from the back row at Ethan Lowe. He comes in, and then Jordan Lilly, he chooses to stay out and go, shoots the line, leaves the big gap. What you've got to do when you're defending your line, you've got to communicate. And there's so many runners, there's so many options for this Queensland side when they go at the line. They've got so many gifted players.
3 state of origin caps for Queensland. It was Michael Morgan's pass that set up Kyle Felt for the last second try in that grand final. Jonathan is having a word with Richard Silverwood about something or other. Stuart, did you catch what was the problem there?
I didn't pick up what it was actually said, but they're having a smile between themselves, and I don't think the crowd took too kindly to that.
So it wasn't that serious?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Well, he's a crafty little fella, this fella, Jonathan Thurston, and I just got the impression that he tried to sneak a couple of metres forward.
More points, more games than any other Cowboy. Jonathan Thurston. Opportunity here to try and add the extras. These games have followed a fairly familiar pattern. Good starts by the Super League clubs, and then in the blink of an eye, the NRL teams come up the other end and score. Can Thurston add the extras in the face of this strong wind? No, he can't. He's missed that one.
Yeah,
Maybe a slip as well as he went for the ball. Bit of a soft surface tonight.
And it's all about the patience. They knew that eventually they'd get the combination of the 2 halfbacks. As Terry said, you know, they see Burrow was left in no man's land. It was a huge gap, but it was well worked.
So Michael Morgan, first try. North Queensland Cowboys lead by 4 points to 0. Preston's under pressure from Cuthbertson, but I thought that Cuthbertson had lost him, but he didn't. He hadn't. And Jonathan Thurston again looks at Richard Silverwood and said, how about a penalty for this? Doesn't come.
Well, the big fellow was certainly holding him down long enough. Waved away by Silverwood.
Randall again gets the ball away. It needs defending here. And they do it well as Gavin Cooper spun to the ground.
And again, the big fellas just pound it forward, getting to the opposition half.
Ben Hannant. Last tackle here. Thurston with the kick. In the air again. Up and over, or attempting to get up and over the head of Zach Hardacre.
Good take.
Good work by
Very difficult to take when the ball is behind you and you're running backwards.
He missed the World Club Challenge against Melbourne 2013, Zach Hardacre. Centre the year before, though, against Jamie Lyon and Manley in the win. Lily goes down under pressure from the big men.
Yeah, but that was a good run from him. He went into dummy half very, very quickly.
Confident, isn't he? Jordan Lily, he really is.
Look, he's not been overawed by the fact that he's facing one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world.
Eddie, that's what you get with youngsters, isn't it? And Jordan Lily getting in from dummy half. I'd like to see Leeds maybe kick on the third, because when they kick late in the sets, they're dropping 3 players back, North Queensland. So when they're dropping those players back, it's very difficult to find the ground.
I'm not as interested in when they kick as to how they kick and how effective the kicks are, Terry. It's the fact that kick was again unchallenged. It was too easy for the Cowboys to cope with. If you cast your mind to when Jonathan Thurston's kicked it, they've been harder, but anyway, they're going to look the way, they're going to get the ball.
They needed that, Carl felt, with a mistake.
Yeah, it was a simple one as well. Nothing wrong with the pass. Just came a bit too early.
They are human after all.
Eddie, my point is about kicking early and kicking into where the danger zone is. That your defence can get really tight. That's when you can get your lines being sorted. That's when you can get up in the faces. So they're looking at you. That's where you're more likely to make those mistakes.
And the amazing thing, Terry, is that the fact that when the Cowboys have kicked, they've kept the ball low, right close to the ground. It's always difficult for a defender to pick it up.
Penalty here for Leeds. A lot of whistle from Richard Silverwood.
Well,
Penalty count is 5-1 in the Rhinos' favour.
Well, definitely interference. He came in a little bit late as well.
Garbett on the first drive. This latest set. They go down the short side. Ferris! Oh, he got the ball away and gave it straight to them.
Oh, dearie me. A golden opportunity wasted. And
Brian Cooper was loitering with intent.
But Brian McDermott is fully aware about the fact that they've got the kick turning this side around. So therefore, instead of just trying to offload it willy-nilly, you've got to keep down there, camp. Get the kicks in in-goal area.
Granville to Hannant. He'll take it forward again, Ben Hannant.
He's worked overtime, hasn't he? Hannant didn't shy away from the hard work.
This is Tamu. Tamu gets them over halfway, but Leeds have restricted them to just a metre inside their own territory. We reach the last tackle, and this is Linnett. He's running it, and he's got it away to Winterstein. And back it goes then to Cooper, and Cooper will hoist the kick straight into the arms of Ryan Hall.
Well, he couldn't have wished for a better pass or a better kick to Ryan Hall. But that's great defence. They're very, very quick out of the line. I just hope that Leeds don't go into a shell. You know, we've seen some wonderful offloads from them already. Just keep it going.
Garbett tries to do that. Lynch in the first 2 of the Super League season as well. Super League season in which Leeds are still looking for their first victory, of course. Beaten here by Warrington, beaten last week by Widnes. Sutcliffe. Hardacre now. Watkins spooked the ball up and over the top, asking Lachlan Coote to come across and either watch this go dead. That's a great kick! This is a great kick, it's a good chase. And Sutcliffe just missed it, and he's missed again. A great chase, but here come the Cowboys on the charge with Winterstein. Forward pass. Forward pass.
That was a relief. And Leeds were at fault all the way through. When Watkins put the kick through, there were only 2 Leeds chasers. And they evaded those 2, and look where they finished up, and it was only the forward pass that saved them.
Well, let's give credit to both sides. Both sides are trying to entertain in these conditions as well. It's been raining all day. They're throwing the ball around and entertaining this huge crowd at Headingley.
Well, I think if we were looking at that pass again, we would just have a little big question mark about whether it was forward or
Well
not.
forward, Eddie.
It was close. It was close, put it that way.
Lily went for the return pass from Hardacre. Hardacre took it on. Lily continued his run. It didn't fool them, though.
He lost the ball.
Oh, well.
Knock on. That was a big hit as well from Ben Hannant.
I think Hardacre's claiming that ball was stolen from him.
I think he tries to offload it, Eddie, late in the tackle. He's trying to get his hands low and push it backwards with the 3 men around him.
Well,
It's referee's interpretation as well, but he's looked really good with his dangerous footwork. As we get into the last 10 minutes of this first half, I hope we can still see Zach Hardacre with lots of ball, particularly in the middle of the field. We can see he can change direction without slowing down, and that's a great skill that defenders don't want to face in the final 10 before the break.
I suppose the cynics will say justice has been seen to be done there if it was not a forward pass. However, here is a penalty now to North Queensland Cowboys. Fiddling around on the deck by Adam Cuthbertson.
I just wonder, Eddie, that this hard work that they've had to do, they've kept the ball alive, which can take away a lot of your energy. And I mentioned with that kick and the chase, there was only 2 there. I think some of these Leeds players might be just find it difficult to get their breath.
Coote gets the pass away to Bolton. And Rory Cos-Jason is on. He has replaced Granville. And Cos-Jason will scoot in at dummy half again. There he is. And he looks for Thurston and finds him. Oh, a great ball from Thurston. And Sutcliffe is away. He stepped out of the first challenge. He's on his own. Sutcliffe, and he's got all the Queensland Cowboys chasing him down. And they get back and bring him to the ground. But quick play the ball is what's needed. And here goes Ash Hanley.
That was amazing, amazing break. Took the interception, but it was amazing to watch how the Cowboys, not just one went back, there was 5 Cowboys racing at full speed to make sure they got the defence sorted out.
Delaney will play the ball here to Joel Moon. Now it's with Cuthbertson again. Short ball from him to Singleton. Singleton, no standing start. 3 players bring him down. 8 metres away from the Cowboys line. Burrow is the dummy half. Looks for the runner. It's Cuthbertson. Here is Burrow! Score the try for the Rhinos. Ready to score. Big mistake at one end from the ball people, Jonathan Thurston. Leeds at the other end. And a try for the captain, Rob Burrow. One club man, 16th season at the Rhinos, over 440 appearances. Here's one for the scrapbook.
Yeah, it looks as though they're going to split up there, and away he goes. Oh, wonderful. Sutcliffe didn't have the speed, but he did not panic. But look how many Cowboys are getting back in numbers. But this is superb. What he's been doing all season, Cuthbertson, has come up with a beauty. Drags him through. It's for you, beep, beep, and the captain of Leeds squares it up. You little beauty.
Well, this is a big moment coming up for young Jordan Lilly, because if Jordan Lilly kicks this, this is the first time in this revamped series of the World Club Series, 2015-2016, that the Super League club will go ahead.
Well, you play on your instincts, don't you? Jordan Lilly, well, he can find his names in the paper somewhere if he just takes his time, knocks this 2 points over.
Terry, that's you.
Yeah, I do apologise to Jordan, to his family, to the Leeds players. But here you go, the no-look pass from Rob Burrow, gives it over to Cuthbertson, and because Cuthbertson is a compulsive offloader, he just offers himself, he puts himself into space, takes himself away from those North Queensland defenders, because he knows that the big forward is going to get his arm free.
Terry, I'll share responsibility with you for that, 50-50.
I won, I say. But, do you know, Eddie, when the youngster Jordan Lilly was just about to kick the attempt of the conversion, he could actually pay a children's price to get into anywhere, wouldn't he? I mean, he looks so baby-faced.
He does, but he's, tell you what, he's got a heart of a lion, the young man, he really has. Here comes Singleton now for the Rhinos. We're all square with 6 to go in the first half.
He's playing in a team that they'll know the value of combinations, don't they? Players complementing what another player in the team can do, and that's what helped Leeds to be successful last year. It's helping them in this game as well, isn't it? Understanding the strengths of your teammates and maybe to benefit from that. Another penalty here now, there's some buzz around them.
Yes, he's caning them.
Well, to be fair, Assi Arton never really attempted to roll away. He was claiming that it was held.
And to give credit to the Leeds forwards, they're earning the penalties because they're running very hard.
Burrow, try scorer, gets the ball away to Lilly again. He's growing in confidence minute by minute. Here's Jordan Lilly. He's right in centre field. He plays the ball to Burrow again. Cuthbertson, Sutcliffe, Watkins.
Again, great defence. Leeds are trying to put the pressure on the Jonathan Thurston.
Lilly, good ball, Galloway!
Oh, just tripped.
Lilly again. Brought to ground and then finished off on the ground. Burrow, Hardacre, who he had to stretch for that. Ryan Hall did well to hang on. Now he hasn't held on.
Knock on.
And they have it back. Courtesy O'Neill on the far side.
Yeah, again, maybe it would have been a time to settle down, don't panic. It was when they offloaded in an impossible situation. And that's where, again, they should have been turning them around, putting the ball in the in-goal area. That's sheer panic. He should have gone down.
Well, they're trying to get rid of it, Steve-O, because it was the last tackle, I think.
So the Cowboys in possession here with the magician Thurston, who has a very important tackle by Singleton. Cos-Jason gets the ball away, another kick. It's kept low, and on the bounce finds Hardacre.
He does mesmerise people, Jonathan Thurston, when he has the ball, but that's the way to deal with Jonathan Thurston. When he's looking for an option, take his options out of the equation. You put pressure on them, get in their faces.
Cuthbertson takes it forward again for the Rhinos.
Yeah, there was a good move on that short blindside as well. The combination between the big fella Cuthbertson and Rob Barrow.
Well, that looks bad news. He's hurt his arm there, as Cuthbertson. They could do without losing him.
I think it might be the finger. Bit of a dislocation.
Just heard from Bill a bit of a bang on the wrist. So they're hoping it run it away. And Hardacre was taken a bit late there. The referee had a good look at that.
Yeah, I think he got it right.
Here they come again now. Here they come again with less than 3 minutes to half-time.
Yeah, he was committed. He was in the air before ball met boot.
Right, that's the second tackle of this set. Jason takes it forward again. 4-all. Hammond.
Oh, he was looking to offload as well, but there was nobody there.
So that's a penalty.
Yeah.
That's a penalty to the Cowboys. No danger.
Ferris couldn't get out. He felt as though he was locked in.
So look at... you'll see Thurston here. He's anxious to get on with this. And he has got on with it very quickly. Dumped the ball into touch. Now this is a big 2 minutes coming up as Ben Hammond takes it forward
Great
again.
tackle.
Fabulous tackle by Ferris. Let's cost Jason.
Keep an
Here's
eye on
Thurston.
Morgan and Thurston.
It's Bolton. Leeds doing the best to wrestle a big man down. They do get him down, courtesy of Zach Hardacre. This is a very big couple of minutes in this match for the Rhinos. Ball is put to ground. It went backwards though. It's play on. It's play on. Galloway was all over the top of the grounded man. Thurston again looking to weave the magic, gets the short ball away, and Watkins is all around Cooper.
Wonderful defence. Talk about a team working hard for themselves.
Hammond.
What a stint that guy's put in.
Now then, last tackle coming up. What do they have in the locker with Thurston? Nice little jab through. It was touched and played
Back
up
to
by
6.
Leeds. Back to 6.
Yep.
As we approach the final minute of the half. Problems here as Linnett takes it forwards. He's wrestled to the ground. Definitely played at. Cost Jason once again. Back it comes, and that is Asiata. Camped underneath the Leeds Rhinos posts. Thurston switches the direction of play. Quickly, the danger is snuffed out. It's Jason again. Goes short and finds Lachlan Coote. The ball is put to ground. This is going to be another set of 6. It is. Well, we've only got half a minute remaining. 30 seconds. They get maybe 3-4 goes at this Leeds line. And Kane Linnett takes it forward to 10 metres out. Cost Jason. Jason to Thurston. Thurston flat pass, good hands. Morgan, try scorer for the Cowboys.
Great
And
tackle.
held by 3.
Great tackle by Jordan Lilly. No chance for the offload there.
Thurston gets the ball away.
That should do it.
Ball goes to ground. There's the half-time siren in the background. It's the end of this. It's the last play. Thurston keeps it going. It's picked up by Lachlan Coote. And in the end, Leeds survive and get him down.
Tremendous play from both teams.
What a great first half.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous defence. And that's exactly what you need to go in at half-time, Eddie.
Can they keep this going in the second half, though, Leeds? They're backslapping, they're shaking hands. 2015 half-time against the Souths for St Helens. They were 24-0 down. 2015, the Roosters against Wigan. They were 18-0 down Wigan. Here, Leeds are all square at 4 apiece. Will Leeds, by then, be dubbed the best club side in the world? Well, they've got 40 minutes in which to win that prize. 4 apiece at half-time as we prepare to get this second half underway. And the big change as far as the Rhinos are concerned, Steve-O, is in this second half, they're running into the win.
It'll be very difficult, and they realise it. They've got a situation where we mentioned before the kick-off that we had to ensure that Leeds didn't come up with many mistakes. And they've got to continue on that. And also, I do hope that Brian McDermott has said to him, look, you were very adventurous. You kept the ball alive in that first 40 minutes. We need the same in this second half.
I wonder if the Cowboys coach Paul Green will say, OK, boys, the shackles are now off. If you get the chance, you start throwing the thing around.
Yeah, well, they played to a routine. We saw it all the way through that first 40 in regards to that they just used the big forwards to trundle through and then look for the 3 quarters. but we haven't seen as yet Michael Morgan and Jonathan Thurston get the link. Leeds can't allow them to do that.
Okay, 48 minutes between Leeds Rhinos and yet more history. With a push and a shove on the floor and on the... that they play the ball by Keith Galloway on Kyle Felt. The referee keeps the whistle out of his mouth. And Cowboys, with first use of this football, Hammond will take it forward again. He's put in a great stint. The other interesting fact about the Leeds Rhinos, they've only employed so far one interchange, and that is Mitch Garbutt, who has come on the field. So Brian McDermott has got plenty of options up his sleeve.
Brad Singleton's played very well in the first 40 minutes. It's going to be interesting to see how they cope now, Leeds Rhinos.
Oh, they've spilt it. And here is Kane Linnett, who goes in for the first try of this second half. There is silence, and it is deafening around Headingley. Kane Linnett with the try. A Scottish international. They hope he'll put his hand up for the Four Nations this November, I am sure. That was a high kick. It was swirling in the gale, and Leeds just could not take care of it.
Well, we anticipated that first half. They kept the ball down, and then I'm afraid he's just lost control of it. And Handley knows that this could be very costly indeed. They changed the tactics, as I say. Kick low in the first 40. The first high bomb that we've seen from the Australian outfit. And they have paid the price.
The worst possible start for Leeds to this second half.
It looked as though he tried to get off the ground, didn't he, before making the catch, which I suppose most players are coached to do. But with the wind and the difficult conditions here, that's even harder. As he left the ground, I maybe suspect that the ball actually changed movement whilst he was in the air. He couldn't then get under where it came down, and we see the first mistake. But it's not the end of the game. There's some of the crowd here, obviously, their heads have dropped. That can't translate onto the pitch with the players. They've got to go again here now. There's every chance of being competitive for the rest of this match. They've shown it for the first 40 minutes. There's no reason why they can't do it for the next 38.
Poor old Ash Handley. Rather like an own goal in an FA Cup final, that. Thurston spears the ball over the top of the crossbar. Leeds 4, Cowboys 10.
And this, if you have a look at this is what Phil's talking about. Have a little look when Ash Handley goes up, gets it all wrong. He's reaching forward. So the ball's moved out, and again, the eye line. You look at the North Queensland chase, there's 4 players in attendance on the youngster. It's going to be difficult for them.
So, Zach Hardaker restarts for the Rhinos. As I say, the worst possible opening 2.5 minutes of this Dacia World Club Series, World Club Challenge that we could possibly have hoped for from a Super League point of view. But the perfect start for the North Queensland Cowboys.
Certainly is, and I'm sure that Brian McDermott will get a message out to Handley and say, look, forget about it, dig deep, get back into it.
Eddie, one thing that is noticeable from the Queensland, the way that they're running onto the ball. I know they've only had a couple of set to 6, but they're just running so hard. This man in particular, Ben Hannon, he laid the platform for that try.
Yes, he's put a big shift in, hasn't he, since he's come off the bench.
He's been the best forward on the pitch by far.
And you've got to get him down. If 3 players are tackling him, you've got to take him to ground.
Thurston again, a little show and go from him, but this time Leeds were up to the mark.
This will be another
Ferris.
bomb, surely.
Morgan this time goes high and goes the other side. And this time it is claimed by Ryan Hall.
Was it taken out in the air? I think it was, slightly. Oh, that's great defence.
Hardaker nowhere to go. Now then, he will look to try and work this ball up the other end, will Ash Handley.
You'd be pretty relieved, Eddie. I think that they didn't kick to him again, didn't they, after that try? That he went over to the other side. Ryan Hall, one of the best catches in our competition. If Jonathan Thurston had been there maybe to make that kick, it might go to the left wing for the Cowboys. And Ash Handley might see a bit of ball like Don Manfredi did for Wigan last night. Pepper through it again.
Hardaker pumps the ball downfield. One bounce, skips away from Kyle Felt. That's a help. Found the ground, it allowed Leeds to get up and in his face, but that's a solid run.
Oh, he just pushed up Jordan Lilly. That was great work there.
Morgan trying to do the same. Get over the top of Sutcliffe, which he does. Can't get away from Delaney, though.
What a handoff.
Jason gets the ball to Bolton. Leeds are there in numbers.
Again, the Cowboys utilising the forwards, and then the link will come. He's at it again. There's the link.
Legs are pumping. Belongs to Ethan Lowe. Josh Jason waits, stunning half, comes into centre field, looks for the runners, goes on his own. It's now with Thurston, gets the pass away. Good defence from Joel Moon. That will be the turnover. 2 Tremendous work.
Yeah, surprising that the Cowboys didn't opt for the kick.
Michael Morgan thought he might just take them on himself.
This is where the senior players need to stand up now. They've been put under pressure. They've conceded a try early on in this second half. Lead from the front and just take the pressure off the likes of Liam Sutcliffe, Jordan Lilly.
Great offload from Cuthbertson to Burrow. Then Burrow loses it under pressure. Cowboys have it back.
That was a crafty tackle.
It was a great chase. It was Michael Morgan, I think.
Yeah, he got the ball carrying arm.
Here's Hannant again.
Here it goes away. What an effort.
Well, surely his batteries must be running on empty soon. Cross Jason once more. Thurston drops the pass off high from Keith Galloway.
Yeah, he gave himself up
And
straight
Bolton
away.
felt that right in the face.
Interesting, huh? I reckon that they will take the 2 here.
Nah, Mike, they want to try.
They're having a
Having a good conflict.
good
aren't they?
discussion.
What are we going to do? They're asking what we're going to do. Cross Jason says, what we're going to do? We're going to run it, okay?
Yeah, tap.
And here they go. Hannant again. 2 within 2 or 3 metres of the line. Down he goes. Cross Jason barking out the instructions once again. Looks for the runner. The runner was there and it was Ashley Arter. Now Thurston, change of direction. They get to him in the end. They just bring him down a metre short.
Good tackle by Cuthbertson. It had to be.
Penalty,
Yeah,
fiddling
messing around.
trying to stop him getting a quick play the ball away. Ferris and Thurston having a discussion.
Yeah, and he's just checking the honesty of the Leeds forwards. Are they pushing up? He steps off that left foot. Sees if any of the Leeds forwards have turned off, leaving a gap.
Well, they're setting up again. They're just taking their time. Thurston, short ball finds Bolton. Real pressure on this Leeds line almost from minute 1 of this second half. They've already had their reward. This is Asiata. Really got underneath of them. As Jason waits. Hannant was the dummy runner. It is with Thurston. He gets it away to Morgan. Morgan wide and over the top. And there's a chance here for Felt. And Felt goes in for the second try of the second half for the Cowboys.
Yeah, he paid the price, I'm afraid, Ryan Hall. Not the best. He went far too high. And the strength Felt was far too strong. All came away with messing around and no option by Richard Silverwood but to award the penalty. Nice combination, in and out, and you see Ryan Hall try to drag him over. Really should have gone down for the hip region. But fair play to the winger. What a handoff. Upper body strength. That's why they work out in the gym. All through the week in the build-up to this. And it has made the difference.
8 minutes of the second half gone, and the wheels have just started to come off for the Rhinos. It's gone very, very quiet at Headingley. So Thurston, 4 tries last year, 93 goals, 6 drop goals, the 6th, the most important of his life, and 208 points. That was last year's tally. Wonder how they'll go this year in defending their first ever NRL crown. Brisbane hot favourites, of course, and we saw why last night. Thurston then to try and add the extras, and he kicked this one. Almost the same place where he tried to kick the goal that would have won the match at the end of normal time in the grand final. This time it doesn't hit the post, it drifts to the right-hand side of the posts.
Seems to give his kicking tee, doesn't he, after either a successful or unsuccessful attempt to a supporter in the crowd. Here's a try again. Leeds have been exposed. A mistake by the right wing and no mistake by the left one in defence. 2 tries early in the second half. Giving all the encouragement now to the visitors from the northern part of Queensland.
Great gesture that by Jonathan Thurston. He gave his scrum cap away as he went off at half-time to a lucky youngster, and he's got a couple of kicking tees he's given away to some supporters in the south stand.
He's become very famous.
There's the proud owner.
He's become very famous for doing that, his association with the fans down under.
Hope they brought some teas with them. A good supply, anyway. Because, well, the second half has had an ominous look about it thus far. But
Well,
Leeds are muscling up.
You have to say that, you know, the mistake by Ash Handley set the scene. They can relax a little bit now and they'll start throwing the ball about willy-nilly. The confidence is up.
Oh, here we go again. Another high kick. Over to that far side for Handley. This time he takes it cleanly. And that'll do him the power of good.
Certainly will.
And that's exactly what the youngster needs. When you make a mistake, you can't just dwell on the fact you made a mistake. You've got to just put your arms up, call for that ball and come down with it. Well done, son. Tell you what, I would like to see him with the ball earlier in the sets. North Queensland, when he played in the grand final last year, they were caught out on the right edge. Joel Moon, very good player, good balance, good speed, and along with Ryan Hall, they could be real torment and weapons for Leeds Rhinos.
Well, there we are. They've got a good supply of kicking tees for Jonathan Thurston to give away.
They're expecting to score in a few, aren't they?
Yeah, 7, I think. There's half a dozen in the tall one, so 7 more they expect to score.
Well, he didn't sell the 30 quid, Eddie.
Steve-O, you would never give anything away.
No comment.
Morgan waits the dummy half.
Oh, that was a headshot. there's been quite a few of those, and Mr. Silverwood has just ignored it. He's made for a better game, I must say.
Solid enough run from Kane Linnett. Because Jason Thurston showed it on the inside, took them on himself. A good job that Callum Watkins had hold of his shirt tails. And now they drive forward with Asiata. Is there an obstruction? He gave himself up there, Asiata, and the referee...
He's got to give it because he stopped.
Yeah, but Steve, if he does go down on one knee and gives himself up, then that's not a penalty. Because he doesn't, when you look, you'll see it, when he goes behind, if he goes down on one knee there, that means it's play on, just play the ball. But because he chose to run, that's where the penalties come from. All right there, Stuart?
Well, I think the referee was actually telling him to give himself up, and because he didn't, he had to penalise him. You know, you can see the referee gesturing there.
So if you go down on one knee...
Yeah.
Give yourself up. You give yourself up.
What if none of the defenders come to tackle you?
Good point.
So you go down on one knee, you give yourself up...
Did you not believe me then, Eddie?
Well, no,
if you go down on one knee...
Gee, that was a high one. I know you don't have to go too much height on the little fella. He's had a tremendous match at Barrow.
Good ball from Ferris, he was almost through then, Callum Watkins. Sutcliffe to Ferris. Getting it one-handed.
Well, it's nice to see Ferris running out wide.
Last one here for Leeds, going down the short side with Zach Hardacre. He's trapped though. He's trapped, that will be the turnover. That was good work at marker from Gavin Cooper.
Everything about that set of 6 was very good from Leeds Rhinos. When you get to the last play, you've got to either challenge, you've got to stick it up in the air, make it a bit of a contest, not get caught here, but Rob Burrow, was that a high shot? The little old warrior, the teddy that he is.
He caught a knee as well. Stray knee, perhaps. Well, field position is vital as far as Leeds is concerned, and you know, they play to a very good plan though, don't they, the Cowboys? Use those big fellas to get them somewhere near the halfway line.
Scott Bolton takes it over the halfway line, and we've reached only tackle number 3. It's Jason again. That was Asiata. Good hands on show as well again, but good tackling from Joel Moon. Thurston with nowhere to go. Actually, apart from the high kick, they haven't dealt with Thurston badly, have they? Here's a high kick now from Lachlan Coote. Oh, into the arms of Ash Handley. He's taken 2. Yeah, very confidently.
He had to, and he realised it.
Hardacre.
Hasn't had many opportunities to pull back.
Ryan Hall.
Good work, good work. Quick play the ball now. See the Cowboys holding him down. Could have been a penalty.
Garbutt stands. Hannon closed off the option of an offload. Burrow. He'll scamper away with Rob Burrow. Wants the pass off to Ferris. This is Liam Sutcliffe. Last one. Coming up for Leeds. Good kick needed. Lilly. Up and over. But Lachlan Coote had moved across and snuffed out the danger. Tries to respond with a run forward.
Not the best kick from the youngster. As we saw in that first half, when you're facing the wind, the Cowboys kept the ball right on the ground, kept it low.
Yes, they're not only facing the teeth of the gale, now it's raining pretty strongly again. As Thurston takes the tackle from Anthony Mullally, making his first team debut almost here for the Leeds Rhinos. He did come on as a sub against the Kiwis here last October, but this is the big one for him.
Great tackle again. Wonderful work from Delaney.
High again to Tess Handley. Claims it again. That's 3 in a row.
And that was going absolutely everywhere. That was a horrific kick if young Ash Handley trying to catch it.
And that shows you the experience of Jonathan Thurston, realising Morgan opted to go the opposite wing. And that's going to be a penalty. Lifted over the horizontal. No doubt about it.
Well, I understand all the momentum has been with the Cowboys, but you know what? It's a fascinating point. He took it really well, didn't he? At 14 points to 4. If the Rhinos can ride through a period, they need to get to the end, and they need some luck. They definitely need an element of luck. A couple of penalties to go their way, but they could with a try, work their way back into this game, excite the crowd again, and give themselves a chance of pushing their opponents far harder in the final quarter.
Second run there from Mullally. Lily, good ball, short pass too.
Good hit.
But what a great tackle that was by Ethan Lowe. And needless to say, Ben Hannant was in there for good measure as well. Scarbott.
Once again, Leeds has got to stay adventurous. Good run. Good tackle.
Thought about the pass to Sutcliffe, then thought better of it. Delaney now, dummy half. Last tackle here for the Rhinos. And Lilly has the ball into the air. Knock on, offside against Jonathan Thurston.
Good kick. Very good kick from the youngster Jordan Lilly.
They're saying, or at least they're claiming, in the shape of Lachlan Coote, that it was a Leeds hand that got to this.
Eddie, and that's what I'm talking about. When the ball goes up in here, it's a contest. Everyone's jumping for it.
Right, penalty to Leeds. Lilly finds Delaney, the 10 metres away Leeds. He's running laterally again, straightens it up now. And down he goes, but Sutcliffe is there waiting, the dummy half. Here is Mullally. Mullally gets the legs pumping. Big night for Anthony Mullally this is, formerly with Huddersfield. Came here via Wakefield where he was on loan last year. Good ball. Oh, and a chance for Garbutt. He tried to roll himself over the line. Right underneath the post. Burrow. Burrow fires the pass. Lilly. Lilly drops his shoulder. Good Lilly!
Oh,
He's pulled
just
back.
couldn't get it. That was good work by Bolton.
Burrow. Hardacre and Ferris. Ferris dabs it through the defence. Kyle Felt is there to make sure that he gets his body between himself, the ball, and the onrushing Ryan Hall.
And that was a good kick. They're just got to make sure that they keep them in their own quarter. Keep them down in the red zone.
I think, Mike, they had to do more than that. They had to get that into the in-goal area and force a goal line dropout. They've had lots of territory leads in this game. Maybe not so much in the second half. They've just not been able to get across the try line. They need to have the possession. The majority possession to stand a chance now.
Jimmy Kinehorst is on as well. We said at half-time Brian McDermott had only used one interchange. Well, he used a couple here now in the second half. Oh, this is a possible 40-20, but Ryan Hall has cut the option out. And Ryan Hall will run it back and then fires the pass into Zach Hardacre's hands.
The game goes through waves when you're under the pump and you're on the back foot and you concede a couple of tries, but then all of a sudden Leeds now are carrying the ball forward strongly. They're running with purpose and they seem to be playing really hard for each other.
Handley takes it forward gamely once again. Manville, who's come back off the bench and onto the field of play. Sutcliffe, halted by Matt Scott. Burrow, Hardacre gets the ball away to Kinehorst. And Kinehorst on the last tackle finds Burrow at dummy half. There's Sutcliffe. Here is Lilly. Oh, he shaped it to kick. The ball is flicked out wide and then
he's knocked on.
Ryan Hall knocks it on.
He's in touch.
No free play, remember, in these international rules we're playing under throughout this World Club Series, so...
Well, there was pressure on Jordan Lilly then. There was pushing really hard from North Queensland on the inside, who forces the ball onto Brett Ferris. The only negative that you would say on that is that if you get to your fifth tackle, you've got through all your really difficult plays. When the opposition's coming up, putting pressure on you, you must get to the kick. Unless you're going to run the ball. If you're going to run it, you've got to get some clean hands there.
Granville, great ball to Morgan. Important little ankle tap that was by Moon.
Finished off by Mullally. Good job he was there.
All hands to the pump defensively for the Leeds Rhinos here. Granville have got the ball away to the prop forward Scott, and he has found Thurston. And Kinehorst as well. Granville again. This is Tamalolo.
I've been impressed by this hooker as well. Jake Granville. He sets him up very well indeed.
Nice kick from Thurston. Horrible ricochet. Horrible, horrible ricochet. North Queensland Cowboys are over again. Now, has he dropped it? That's the most important thing. Well, they're slapping the backs and rubbing the heads. The Cowboys, they think this has been given.
Well, it took a ricochet, didn't it? What say you, Stuart?
It's got a ricochet. They're all onside from the kick. It's all about whether he knocks on when he gathers the ball off the floor. Looks like it goes through his hands. Does he get hold of it? Does he retain possession? What happens on the ground? Well, his left hand comes off the ball, his right hand's still on the ball. Does he retain possession? Yes, he does. He keeps hold of that ball.
It's Lachlan Coote, this, by the way.
Hand has to come off that ball at some point. And you can see from there when it hits the ground, his hand is still in possession of the ball. As it comes up, his hand is still on the ball.
And still, and
And
still.
if he grounds it from there, this will be confirmed. There's no knock on there.
The decision on the field was a try, and that just about confirms the worst news for Leeds Rhinos. And that does as well. Try is given to Lachlan Coote.
And to be fair, Eddie, he juggled with that ball. It was a wonderful effort. He lost control of it just to get into the whitewash, but had the wherewithal to drag it back in. It was an awful ricochet as far as Leeds were concerned. Thurston jabbed it in. Yeah, that's a shame.
I think
What a good effort.
it's the third try we've seen this weekend from the NRL games. We've kicked like this and we said, oh, what a lucky bounce. But they're obviously putting difficult kicks for the defenders to cope with. And they've got enough players then around it when it bounces up. We saw one on Friday, one last night. That's one, a third one here and the weekend.
So a chance here then for Jonathan Thurston to tag 2 more points on to the Cowboys score. This for 20 points to 4. He just arrows it underneath the breeze. And another gift on its way, I think, to one of the lucky youngsters on the sideline. There you go.
That's good.
I think she said, I don't want it.
It's great PR, though.
It is, it's
It
fabulous.
really is.
Yeah, that's a great gesture. Oops, this ball hasn't gone the 10. That's gone up in the air on the breeze. Look at this. Leeds don't want to touch it, of course, because it'll be a penalty. It's a penalty anyway, so you may as well get hold of it, fellas, which they do.
Yeah.
I wonder, will he pump a 50-metre penalty goal over with the wind behind it?
No, he'll shove it into the corner.
With this wind, it might have had a chance. I suppose if it were a tight game, he might have done.
Eddie, everyone's turned up here today. They've turned up to support their club, Leeds, but they've turned up to watch this star-studded side, like I said at the start. They're here to entertain. There was pressure on them to compete. They want to go home winners as World Club champions. But they want these fans to leave here through the turnstiles thinking what great players they were and what great gestures that some of the players, the likes of Jonathan Thurston, shown to the fans.
Yeah, they've certainly showed their skill in the second half, and it was all down to their patience, running into the gale force wind and the rain. So they kept it very, very tight.
James Tarnote disentangles himself, plays the ball to Granville. Granville showed it to one, got it away to Thurston. Thurston scores. Jonathan Thurston scores. Now, does the ball go into the crowd? Because he scored the try. Maybe not. Maybe not. But Jonathan Thurston gets the try that just about, I think, seals the fate of the Rhinos. A contest for 40 minutes, but it's gone horribly, horribly wrong for Leeds in the second half.
Good play by the hooker, Jake Granville. And you could see that he was going right across, and hesitation in that defence. He just spins out. Can't afford to go high on this fella. That was wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, well, Jake Granville, he's a player that's been causing a lot of problems. He's running game from dummy half. The retreating defence can't get set. And Jonathan Thurston's been tackled a number of occasions in this second half. He seems to be looking for those weaknesses around the ruck. He's taking on those big forwards. And the class act that he is goes in for the try.
So 15 minutes remaining, and North Queensland Cowboys with a 20-point advantage, which, if Thurston kicks this, which he does, goes up to 22 points advantage. And there goes another tee. Good job that they brought that supply with them. They may run out. Great stuff.
Certainly is, and not just a quality league player, he's a quality person as well. He's a little bit wayward in his early days, but certainly has made a mark.
What's that, Steve-O? They've got 5 left now. That's it. Well, here we go now. They've got 15 minutes to go. Leeds Rhinos. They don't want to be conceding tries now. They've been really brave, especially in that first half.
Well, the Cowboys NRL season begins in a fortnight's time.
Oh!
My word. And a big incentive for them. No team's gone back-to-back in a unified competition since their neighbours, Brisbane, in 92-93. Neighbours of about 1,500, 2,000 miles between them, but
Wasn't that a big collision?
Certainly was, and you just get the feeling that they are now going to keep this ball alive, the Cowboys. This should go to the winger again.
Again, high off the boot of Lachlan Coote. Well, full marks to Ash Handley after the horror start to the second half for him.
Yeah,
that's
that's
4 or 5 now.
4 on the trot, Eddie.
Yeah, but he's
Tremendous
taken
stuff.
really brave. Well done to him.
He's a quality
Yeah,
player. He scored a hat-trick, didn't he? Was it in his debut when he played against Saints? Or one of his first games, anyway. He's a decent talent, Eddie.
Hat-trick's home and away against the Saints, Terry, you're right.
Oh, just couldn't get it. Good opportunity there. Liam Sutcliffe was just on that inside. Oh, that's been a big problem. And you've got to point out the technique. Great dummy. The technique of this Cowboys defence. They always have someone attacking the ball-carrying arm. Don't go for the ball. They go for the upper arm and the impact, and they lose possession.
Yeah, the gloves are off now, there's no doubt about that. The shackles are loose, and they are now enjoying themselves.
But it's getting to a point.
It was a real contest for the first 40.
It certainly was, and it's getting to a point now where, you know, maybe Jonathan Thurston will celebrate with a field goal, emulate the field goal that won them the grand final in 2015.
Coote to Thurston. Morgan taking on Moon, he escapes Moon's clutches, gives the ball then to O'Neill. And O'Neill comes back over there, and O'Neill ghosts his way through the defence. Big smiles now for Justin O'Neill and the Cowboys. 5 years at Melbourne, O'Neill was in the side that beat the Rhinos here in 2013. He's in the Cowboys side that's going to beat the Rhinos here in 2016.
And you can see how wide the attack from the Cowboys was. You've got to say that this was a poor effort in defence. In and out, no one could get to him.
Well, he mesmerised them.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the Leeds Rhinos are out on their feet.
What stood out to me were the quality of the passes to get the play out wide in the first place. All right, there's some good acceleration and a nice offload, but to transfer the ball from one side of the field to the other, stretching Lee's defence, just showing what speed he's got. I guess one of the Cowboys coaches will be delighted watching on this. Dave Ferner, former player for the Leeds Rhinos, did very well for them over here. He's now part of Paul Green's coaching staff, and good to be back, I guess, in Leeds for Dave Ferner. Seeing his side do a pretty well job here. 17 minutes gone.
6 tries they've scored, and the only back that hasn't scored is the winger Antonio Winterstein. So I think they'll be trying to give him a 4-pointer before they depart the scene tonight in around about 10.5 minutes time. There's another kicking tee going to somebody in the crowd. And there is another 2 points on the Cowboys' score. South Sanders going home with a gift. There you go.
Caused a riot in there, Eddie.
Only 4 to go. Only 4 to go, Terry. Then they'll declare in Rod Studd's world.
Eddie, your maths not very good. There's 4 on the right and there's 1 on the left,
No,
which makes it 5.
I don't think they give the big one away.
Oh, they do. There's 5 there, Eddie.
Well, let's hope that they don't give them away.
No.
That's gone to 10.
They're frustrated now, Leeds. Second half demolition.
Well, they've got, I suppose, the rest of the season as well to think about, as well as these 9 minutes, but they've got a player on the sideline. They've got 1 or 2 bumps and injuries. As you mentioned, the start of the Super League season, and there's a bit of a stink on here.
Is it ever? James Tarnow started that with a slap on Keith Galloway.
He took exception to it, did Galloway.
And that is what it means to the players. They're not going to give this game up. The scoreline, yeah, the game's well and truly gone. You'd imagine 28 points behind. They're not going to score that in the final 9 minutes. But the passion that's on show here, you can't back down to any challenges. And Mitch Garber is the first player to throw a punch, which was an absolute belter.
Was it ever? He just sacked him.
Oh,
Absolutely sacked him. What's this? Lined him up.
Oh.
And see you later, baby.
Stuart, that could be a red card.
Well, I think it'd be a red card.
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. And I would also be looking at yellow for Tarnow. He didn't need to do that.
you know, you don't condone violence or anything.
I bet he regrets now
Eddie,
having a
oh,
little slap
yeah.
at Keith Galloway.
Well, he wasn't expecting Mitch Garbutt to turn up, was he?
And if this is red for Mitch Garbutt, as a result of this bump, as a result of this, what does this mean for Leeds next week against Hull Kingston Rovers?
Well, it is an international fixture. you would think that it would roll over to the Super League.
He's going to the card, he's going to the back pocket.
He's got to, Eddie.
He's got 10 minutes and a bloody nose.
Oh, Garbutt's gone. Don't worry about that.
And Jonathan Thurston is just telling the referee, as if he doesn't know, that that is a send-off offence. And there's the red card. There's the red card that is being, or about to be brandished, I think. Red. He's off.
Well, they can boo all alike, but...
That's the right decision, isn't it?
Yeah, of course
You
it
know,
is.
So you've got a bit overexcited. You can't condone that. It's illegal play.
What I did say was you can't condone violence like that.
You can't encourage it or
You can't
continue to do
condone.
that.
What I'm saying is that the players and Rob Borrow's trying to encourage his teammates here. You can't back down. James Tarmore was the one who got up, started pushing around. Was he going to be the first one? Was he going to be the first one to throw a punch?
Well, Leeds have got the penalty. They've also got the red card. Oh, and
Well, that was a flop. He came in when the man with the ball was already there, and that is good thinking by the official Richard Silverwood. Keep them away, Tom.
Eddie, and what I will say about that try from Galloway, Galloway was the one who was first involved in the incident. So well done to him for taking that ball in. He's the one who caused it, and he was the first one to put his hand up to take that ball forward.
referee's got it all on here. They're both down to 12 men for the remainder of this match, of course. Ferris now takes that one forward. And by the way, as a result of all that, only the second red card shown in the World Club Challenge. He follows Ronnie Gibbs of Manly, sent off at Wigan in 1987 into the unwanted record book.
And again, we see this Cowboys defence, Eddie. It's been superb all night. You know, the quality that Leeds have. You know, the likes of Watkins, Joel Moon, Hardacre. They just have not found any gaps in that defence. Beat Burrow wants to get on with it.
And Jordan Lilly's not shirking, is he?
No, he's had a great game.
He did point then to Jimmy Kindhorse when Rob Burrow wanted to restart the game. Give it to him. Here's Burrow again. There's a chance here. There's a chance here for the grand final.
Josh Walters.
Josh Walters is held up, is he? Referee will hand this upstairs to the video referee, and he's got no try on the field.
What a great run, though, from Walters. Exceptional.
I think the referee's decision will be crucial here because I'm not sure we'll get a view on whether this ball hits the ground. He's giving this no try.
I don't think he's got it down.
It's right on the chest.
It's going to be difficult. Is that roll over there? Does he manage to get it onto some of the turf as he goes over? I don't think we're going to be able to prove that one way or the other, so we'll probably end up sticking with the referee's decision of no try, but it'll be Leeds play the ball.
Yeah, they knew that, the players on the field. So Walters will play it to Burrow. Sutcliffe was looking for support, there wasn't anything with him. Burrow to Hardacre, comes back this way. Lilly and Kindhorst. Gets the ball away, knocked backwards, picked up by Thurston, play on.
Well, they look full of energy now, Leeds Rhinos, after the little scuffle.
Little scuffle.
Scuffle, Ed.
Well, it was a scuffle until Mitch Garbutt entered the scene. Well, they may have lost this game, the Leeds Rhinos, but they've certainly got a point on knockout. It's been a very professional job, though, by the Australian side.
Stuart, because this is the World Cup Challenge, because it is an international fixture, what repercussions for Mitch Garbutt for that red card?
Well, there'll be a match review panel sitting after this, and he'll be dealt with by the RFL Disciplinary Committee. So any suspension will be on a Super League game or Super League games to come.
So that ball held in the air, and here is a try for O'Neill, another one. His second try for Justin O'Neill. Well, that's the way, I suppose, to finish things off when things are turning nasty.
That's the way to respond, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely top quality.
Well, we said in the first half that they were very, very patient. They utilised the forwards and the kicking game. They knew they were playing against a very strong wind, but that is perfection. The kick from Thurston, nice finish. That's the way to do it. That's the reason why they won the Australian Grand Final.
They just turn up for each other. The man who supplies the ball back inside, Justin O'Neill, man who scored a try in the Grand Final.
You've got to give their coach Paul Green a lot of credit for this because he planned it, as I say. Patience. Just get over the advantage line in the first half. Don't do anything dramatic. Though they did get off to a flyer, didn't they, when poor old Ash Handley dropped the ball just virtually after the restart.
Well, they're just so professional, aren't they? So from going from this thing where they're getting off the line and they're trying to belt Leeds Rhinos, then all of a sudden, it's like they click the fingers and they turn back into playing mode.
4 to go.
So is that other one a kicking tee now, Eddie?
4 to go. No, just don't want to argue with you because I don't want to end up like Mitch Garbutt. Great kick. Go on, we can kick, can't he? A little bow from Thurston, and a lovely memento for that youngster in the crowd. Another one. How many is he giving away now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Eddie's time wasting there. He's buying a bit of time.
Yes. You know, 38-4, it indicates a blowout, and it has been a blowout in the second half, but credit Leeds for what they did in the first 40.
They probably played as well as they could possibly play, but that's the gap between the two sides, isn't it? I think 34 points accurately reflects the skill level of the two teams. It's not just about enthusiasm. This game is based around skill, and they've shown abundance of that. I mean, the last pass for that last try was unbelievably accurate. In the dying stages of a game, a left to right pass, finding the man in these conditions, summed up really the skill that the Australian sides have brought to this weekend.
Yes, they have, and each one of them has scored well in excess of 30 points.
They've got so much talent out
Here they
there.
come
Eddie.
again.
That's
Here they
forward.
come again. He has given the forward pass.
Yeah, it
so
was
that is chalked off.
It was forward.
Ball in it. Ball in it. Let's give him his proper title.
No doubt about this. About a half a yard in front.
Just seem to attack in waves, don't they? As soon as somebody
Yeah.
gets their arm free or there's any space that opens up, they look either side and there's a teammate in support.
There've been some special players out there tonight. Not more so from the effort from the Leeds Rhinos. It has been, I thought Jordan Liddy certainly stood up. The defence and the enthusiasm shown by Brad Singleton, of course. And the skipper tonight, Rob Barrow, in that first half was all over the shop. But
Yeah, the first 40 minutes has given
Yeah.
encouragement, there's no doubt about it.
But the Cowboys have eventually just realised it has been a perfect plan by Paul Green, the Cowboys coach.
It has, Steve, but the positives, if you're a Leeds fan, is for all the experience that some of these youngsters will take into the Super League season.
Now that's a high
no.
shot.
No, it wasn't, according to the referee, who I must say actually has handled all the shenanigans of the second half really well.
Yeah.
Can Ryan Hall give the Rhino supporters who are still here something to remember? Can Joel Moon give them something to remember?
That's back to 6.
Knock
They're not on
Yeah,
yet.
knock on, so I don't think we're going to get the time for this because the 80 minutes is gone. There's the final siren. And so it's a 3-0 whitewash for the second year running for the NRL clubs in this World Club Series. Ryan McDermott, he will be happy with the first half. He will be distraught about the second. He said they would have to come out and do something special. They did in the first 40. But after Ash Handley dropped the ball early in the second half, well, the crowd's heads went down, the commentators' heads went down, and the players' heads went down as well. And there was no coming back after they got the second try just 7 minutes later from Kyle Felt. And it was one-way traffic. Linnett, Felt, Coote, Thurston, O'Neill 2. 6 tries in the second half, Morgan in the first, so 7 tries to 1, 38 points to 4. The North Queensland Cowboys are the best club side in the world. Okay, time to talk to the Datcher man of the match. There he is, Jonathan Thurston, and Bill Arthur is with him.
Thanks, Eddie. And to present the Man of the Match award, Jake Pater, 8 years old, Leeds Rhino supporter from Selby. Jake, do your deed.
Thank you, I've got a present for you too.
Oh, it's a kicking tee. You must cost the club a fortune. They're Daryl Halligan's kicking tees, aren't they?
They are. He gives me plenty of them to hand out to the crowd. So it's good that we got a few tries, and I could hand the kicking tees out to the kids in the crowd, which is good.
Well, the second half, you were getting through them at a fair old rate. The first half, they were kept in reserve because that was a real battle, wasn't it, first 40?
Yeah, it was. It was tit for tat there, going set for a while, and we made a few errors which put us under the pump, but they're a quality side, Leeds. They've been at the top of the table for a number of years, and we knew they were going to come at us hard, and that's what they did, and we ended up controlling the ball in the second half and got some points.
Was that the intention? Because it seemed to be right from the outset of the second half, right, come on, we've messed around here long enough, let's get stuck in here.
Yeah, we knew we had to just control the ball and have a bit more energy in our defence, and I thought we did that in the second half, and our tries came off the back of our defence, so it's the main focus for us, so it was good to keep them to 4 points.
What does this mean? I mean, you are now, on top of what you achieved last year, you are the World Club champions.
Yeah, look, it's a good reward for last year. And yeah, couldn't be prouder of the boys. You know, they've worked extremely hard last year, the last couple of years. So you know, they deserve everything they get. These boys, I see the sacrifices they make week in, week out, and how hard they train. So they deserve everything they get.
Did this live up to expectations? Near full house at Headingley, massive atmosphere.
Mate, the boys enjoyed it from the moment we ran out to warm up. The crowd was singing and chahooing, and you know, that's what the experience is about. So no doubt the boys will go home with those memories. And you know, we're a special bunch of guys now, and we've achieved something special, and we're the World Club champions now, so they should be proud.
Thanks very much, Jonathan.
No worries, thank you.
Let's hear from opposite number Robbie Burrow. Rob, come in and join us. First 40, I mean, you really gave as good as you got, and second half, what you needed to do was just to maintain that, and you couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously our goal to come out. You know, we matched in the first 40. We had loads of energy going in. We just didn't execute what we were meant to do in the second half. And a couple of tries from North Queensland and went on a roll. But obviously, a tough team to stop. And you know, it was probably the first 10 minutes of the second half that lost us that game.
But you can be proud of what you achieved in the first 40 minutes. I mean, you went toe-to-toe with them when people were expecting you to be blown away virtually from the start.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same result at the end of the day. You know, it's no good going 40 minutes. You've got to go 80. And you know, really disappointed. You know, we thought we had more. And certainly, that second half could have been better. But you know, that's rugby for you. We've got to bounce back now for Super League.
And of course, it wouldn't be a World Club Challenge game without a set 2 at the end. And I suppose it'd have been building that, hadn't there? There was a bit of needle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, big guys going against each other with that much force. You know, there's always going to be something happen. But yeah, it spilled over a little bit. But you know, soon got back to rugby, and you know, soon got on with it.
Well, you've got to get back in the saddle. I mean, a very quick turnaround. You head for Catalan. There's no rest.
No, there's no rest, and obviously a tough trip to the south of France. So. You know, with that Super League and the way rugby is, you know, you play one tough team one week and you got to go and do it again next week. So, you know, we'll get over this and move on now.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, guys.
Well, Jonathan Thurston has not only won the man of the match here from the sponsors and from the game, he also wins the Graham Murray Medal, which is being presented to him by Graham Murray's widow Amanda, and very fitting because, of course, Graham Murray coached both these sides, and Jonathan Thurston, he played under Graham Murray as well. So well done to him. He goes home with the Man of the Match awards and the Graham Murray medal. But that's what this World Club Series has been all about. The referee going to meet the presentation party, which composes Brian Barwick, who is the Super League chairman, James Boyer, who is the Thatcher Marketing Director for UK and Ireland, Amanda Murray, as we said. And Jonathan Thurston has enjoyed his trip to Leeds Rhinos, and he acknowledges the crowd who have stayed behind here in the South Stand to see this trophy presentation. Burrow in conversation with Paul Green, and Bill was referring to the fact that shirts were being swapped and then they were being swapped back again, because obviously you want to see the Leeds Rhinos go up in their kit to collect their losers' medals, and you certainly want to see the North Queensland Cowboys go up in their playing kit and pick up this trophy. So there's been a couple of double takes. I'm sure that back in the privacy of the dressing rooms, the souvenirs will be swapped when they get inside. Consolation for the Rhinos. Great first half, getting away second half.
Great performance, you're right. And what about that youngster there, Jordan Lilly, playing up against the classified world-class best player in the world, Jonathan Thurston. He didn't shirk it. He really worked hard. He had a tremendous game. And I am sure he has got a wonderful future ahead of him. And he knows what quality he has to play with the likes of Jordan Lilly.
Well, it's another victory for the Queensland Cowboys, the North Queensland Cowboys over the Leeds Rhinos. They faced them twice before in the 1997 Super League World Championship. They won 42-20 in Townsville, 48-14 here. They scored 16 tries in the two games. And the Cowboys, who were the NRL premiers last year, now add the Thatcher World Club Championship to their list of achievements. They're a fine side. In fact, we have seen three fine sides from the NRL over this weekend, and they have really left a mark on the Super League competition, Terry, haven't they? They have beaten our top three sides, and they have beaten them well.
Eddie, and they're the standards that you need to achieve. You need to test yourself against the best. If you don't quite come up to that level, well, you've got to go away and you've got to improve on it, because there's great players that play this game, and the reason why some players get on and they win so many awards is because the amount of time they spend on the training facility. Gifted players don't just become gifted because they were born gifted. You've got to work really hard, and all the players have every right to go out there and lift this silverware. They've been under the pump, they run it in They won the championship down under the NRL, and they've come over here, and now they finish off as world champions.
Yes, the best club side in the world. The North Queensland Cowboys are world champions 2016.
And the expressions on a player's face says it all. All that hard work Terry was talking about has led them to that wonderful victory in Sydney to become the champions, and they have topped it. And they have every right to feel very proud indeed. It was a wonderful team performance. Yes, they just had too much in that second half.
Yes, wonderful second half. Produced the scenes that we are watching now. And a 3-0 scoreline against Super League for the NRL, and for the 4th year in a row, the Australians go home with the World Club crown. Tremendous players, great occasions, and a lot for the Super League to learn. And I'm sure they will learn it over the course of the next 8 months or so. Bill Arthur is with the winning coach of the Cowboys, and he's talking now to Paul Green.
Paul, how does it feel to be the World Club champions?
Yeah, look, it's a great reward for the boys. I said earlier in the week, you've got to work really hard to get this opportunity, so don't waste it. And to win it tonight, I'm really proud of the way the boys played.
And you must have been impressed with the way that when it was needed, they stepped it up. So, I mean, it looked as though you went up a gear, started the second half.
Yeah, definitely. We got off to a good start there, and once we got control of the game there, I thought we played really well and sort of didn't let Leeds back into the game. But full credit to them, they come out and stuck it to us early, and it was a good contest at the start.
Were you a bit worried after that first 40?
Look, I wasn't worried. We knew they'd start with plenty of physicality, and also throw the ball around as well, which they did from the first set. So full credit to them. They played really well. But I was happy the way we controlled the second half.
Well, you're the champions. You're the World Club champions. You're going to go home, and there's going to be a big red cross on your backs, isn't there, this year?
There probably was going to be one there anyway, so that doesn't really worry us. We're getting ready for it anyway.
Well, have a great year.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
I think they will. I think all 3 of the NRL teams who've come over this weekend will have great years in the competition, which begins down under in 2 weeks' time. Well, now we're going to talk to a world champion, in fact, the best in the world. John Wells is with Jonathan Thurston, who's joined us at the touchscreen. John, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Eddie. Jonathan, first of all, many congratulations. 2015 was a special year for you. 2016 started off pretty good as well. A breakthrough season and added a World Club challenge to the trophy cabinet.
Yes, just a reward for the boys' efforts last year, and to come over here and play, the Rhinos in their own backyard. Obviously been at the top of the table now for a number of years, so World Club champion sounds really well.
Good stuff. I'm going to take you through just a couple of plays. I'd really like your input on these. The first one will take you back to the 21st minute. It was the opening try of the game, the Michael Morgan try. I'm going to pick you up here because I'm interested to know, you're opening the field up for something, and I want to know what you're saying to the boys at this stage.
Yeah, we're just trying to hit our spots. We like to go probably a shift type of play, and our big boys, that's our pack. They get us a great roll on, and it's great to play off the back of that. So the boys get a quick play of the ball, and then it's easy for me and Morgo to play off the back of that.
Is the position on the field where Tamo ends up, is that significant? Is it on this left-hand post?
Yeah, that's right. We just want to be on the other side of that post and put 4 on the left, and if they're too short there, the boys will go down there, and then we've got numbers and shape coming back to the far edge.
So this is still a play that could be someone could override this if they get the numbers wrong on the short side, but your primary play's out here now.
Yeah, that's right. So we've got good shape here. We've got good numbers coming back at the ball, holding them up. Great support play.
Great line by
Great
Ethan.
line, exactly, by Big Eve, who pulls a 3-man in, and Morgan, you just got to get the ball in his hands at the right time and watch him do the rest.
We've got the same try from behind. So at this point, Granville does a great job, gets out. How good is it playing behind a hooker like that? He can buy you so much time, can't he?
Yeah, that's right. We've really struggled out with the 9 and the pass when Aaron Payne retired, and he's been great for us. And all I got to do here is just square up the 4-man, which I do, which is a great line by Ethan. I think that's Rob. Maybe he gets caught in no man's land, and the centre's out wide here, and there's the gap for Morgan to run through.
It was a great opening try. I'll take you on then to the second try, the Kyle Felt try in the second half. I thought Ben Hannant, by the way, he was outstanding for you. After half-time, great 20-minute stint that really spearheaded your pack. You must be very pleased with the work that you put forward.
Yeah, our middle third have been great for us, for the last couple of years, and as a half, it's just so great to play behind them, and they really lay a platform for us. And when you're playing a bit behind such a great pack, it makes my job so much easier.
And speaking, I'm not trying to retire. You've got plenty of years ahead of you yet, I'm sure. But I want to talk about the guy who moved from fullback last year to stand off. The guy outside you. He's a special talent, isn't he? He's going to be there for the Cowboys for some years to come.
Yeah, that's right. He's got many years ahead of him, and like I said, middle third lay a platform for us, and all you need to do is create space for him, and that's what we're trying to do for Morgan. He's got great speed. He's 95 kilos. He's got good power. He can break through tackles, and if you get him one-on-one, more often than not, he beats those tackles.
And a nice smiling personality as well. I had a privilege of talking to him before the game. He was looking forward to being able to contribute like this. Again, the significance of this, we're opening up the field again, are we, for a...
Yeah, that's right. We're getting into our field position. Like I said, we've got shape on the short side there. They can override that. And then we've got good stomach shape and coming back. Numbers pushing forward through the ball. And that's what we want to do. We want to play tight here, hold these numbers up, and here's all the space out here.
So it's about tying up these defenders here, making sure that they can't slide off.
That's right. That's what you want to do.
In which case, I'm going to take you back here. I spoke to Trent Robinson, Sydney Roosters, on Friday night. He gave me a bit of a masterclass, taught me a few things. Have a look at the adjustments here from Hanan. This must be pleasing to see. Hanan reloading and Morgan reloading as well. I mean, those things don't happen by accident. That's a lot of work that goes into that.
Yeah, that's right. You can see where they're getting nice and tight support there, holding them up. That's all we need to do. Look how much space. We've got 3 numbers playing 25 metres, and more often than not, the boy makes the right decision, and these boys have got great speed and great power, and when you see in that try, Felty just, too much power there.
You'll see the power at the end of it. It doesn't happen often to Ryan Hall, I can tell you.
He's a monster, and, the Rhinos, they get their set started off the back of Ryan Hall, so he's a world-class player, and good work by Felty to get that try.
And shades of the last play of the grand final as well. Thurston to Morgan, over the top to Felt. And that's some fence. As I said, it's a rare occurrence.
It's a very rare occurrence.
You want to pass that on to Kyle, he should be very pleased with himself there.
Yeah, he should be. The right edge, they were outstanding in attack and defence tonight, so they deserve a lot of credit for the way we played. And I can't wrap our middle third up that later platform. In that first half, it was tit for tat. We turned over a bit of possession, but our middle third defended really well. The movements from them was great, and in the end, we got a bit of ball in the second half, and you could see what we could do with that.
Jonathan, you're cold, you're shivering. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to say a big thank you. You're a class act. The kids especially have responded really well to you since you've been over here. Thank you for joining us at the screen. Thanks for the insight. Go get a bath and an early night.
Yes,
nice
thank you for having us.
Cheers. Back to you, Eddie.
Fantastic stuff, and yes, thank you to Jonathan Thurston. Shivering and dithering, talking to John Wells, and that wasn't nerves because he was talking to John, believe me. Just absolutely chilled to the marrow. But we have had 3 fantastic contributions during this World Club Series from Trent Robinson, Darius Boyd last night, and tonight Jonathan Thurston, and that's the prize that they go home with this evening, the Dacia World Club Challenge Trophy. They are the best club side in the world, and such a shame that the Leeds Rhinos couldn't do what we all hoped they would do for the Super League, because they were so near and yet so far in terms of what happened in that first half. Remember, 4-4 at the half-time siren, hope sprung eternal. Poor old Ash Hanley spilled the ball. He recovered brilliantly, 4 or 5 fabulous takes from him later on, but sadly just too much for the Leeds Rhinos to do. Delight for the Cowboys, delight for the NRL. I wonder what Brian McDermott, the Leeds Rhinos coach, has made of it all. He's talking to Bill.
Brian, massive first half effort, and what you didn't need was them getting a foothold early in the second, which is what they did, and you never were able to get it back.
Yeah, I think that pretty much describes it, captures it really. I thought we had a huge dig in that first half, and probably, not probably, I thought Queensland attacked a little bit more fluent than we did in that first half. Without some heroic defence, there may have been a try or 2 up, but such a big shift we did in that first half that we needed something to go our way in the first 10-15 minutes of that second half, and it didn't. And it's a scoreline which hurts. It's a scoreline which hurts, and I'm not going to say it doesn't reflect the game. It does. They executed. A couple of little jaggy tries I got there, but you get those in games, and we'll wear those. But to concede that many points, which that's tougher.
I mean, you always say that the scoreline does tell the story, but I think if you were looking at that scoreline and not aware of what effort had gone in the first 40 minutes, then you'd get the wrong impression of that Leeds Rhinos effort.
Yeah, well, every coach comes on and tries to tell everybody what rugby league's about, and I don't want to get down to that, but North Queensland carried the ball, and I thought the physicality of their I don't know what you want to call it, midfield carriers, when they were coming up the middle of the field and they were getting to their big fellas, that started to take its toll in that second half. Therefore, it applied pressure. Therefore, we ended up dropping off or dropping the ball and coming up with errors. And not only they had some bounce to the ball in the first half, but I didn't think we were great either. And I don't think that's because we're a poor team. I think that's because they applied so much pressure on us that we ended up coming up with some errors. So it does reflect the game. It does. It is. It's a fair reflection. I don't think they unpicked us. I don't think they played some stuff there that we couldn't defend. From you know, from an even start, if you like it. But it's just the pressure that they applied. Which, if you want to pin me down and say what's the difference between the two teams, you know, the two competitions, is the pressure that, you know, the players play under, I suppose.
Any complaints about Mitch Garbutt sending off?
No, it was silly. It was silly from Mitch. You know, there was some provocation. He's defending his teammate and all that carry on, and yeah, with that. But it was a silly thing to do from Mitch, and it's not like him.
Brian, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, he's always honest. He's always forthright with his opinions. Brian McDermott, he joins the list of British coaches this weekend, I'm afraid. That includes, of course, all three of the competitors from the Super League were British coaches. Kieran Cunningham, Sean Wayne and Brian McDermott. They will have one devil of a weekend to look back on. I don't know where we go from here, quite frankly, because you look at the scorelines in all three matches, they are blowouts. Yeah. Are we... It's an old... We've asked you each night this. Yeah. All three nights. Are we as poor in the Super League as those scorelines seem to suggest? Because we think of the Grand Final, we think of the Challenge Cup, we think of the playoffs over here. Fantastic entertainment from start to finish. Where are we going wrong, Sam, in 30 seconds?
I don't know exactly where we're going wrong, but going on the back of what Ryan Hall said in his interview, I don't think those the scores this weekend are a fair reflection on Super League. You know, Leeds had that fabulous start, but they needed that and a little bit more in the second half. I think, you know, we've spoke about the differences between Super League and the Australian NRL, you know, over the last few days, but let's remember as well the salary cap. You know, these blokes, they've got double the salary cap. They've got 10 of our best English players in Australia, as well as all their own. You know, if we could have all our best English and 10 of the best Australians, we'd have a stronger comp as well.
And you said privately before that there's not that much difference between you've played in both, so you know firsthand, better than anyone here. You know firsthand. Is there that much difference?
Hand on heart, I think the top teams in Super League could stick it in the NRL, and people will say, you know, off the back of these three results, you know, that's rubbish. But you know, that's what I firmly believe. I've been there and played the top teams, and it's tough. It is. There's some unbelievable players and teams out there, but you know, although we've come away with 3 bad results, I don't think we've given the best impression of ourselves.
Great to see Sam, Steve-O. It's auf Wiedersehen, not goodbye. Bye bye. Thurston lays a pass off to Morgan, and Morgan's in for the first try. If Burrow is the dummy half, looks for the runner, it's Cuthbert in here, it's Burrow! Burrow scores a try for the Rhinos! You little beauty! There is silence, and it is deafening around Headingley. And we'll show it to one, go to the way to Thurston! Thurston scores! North Queensland Cowboys are world champions 2016.